All right, welcome to the coaching session today. Today we're talking about getting a big aha to overcome your biggest challenge. I am Kalinda, and today we have a 30-minute agenda. So here are the rules. So the tuition for this coaching class is your brutal, honest review within the next 24 hours. You can email it to me at kalinda@kalindatrefo.com. A video is preferred, but I'll take a written testimony of selfies just aren't your superpower. And today, the challenge that we're going to work on with you, it has to be realistic. It can't be winning a lottery ticket or curing some sort of terminal illness or, waking up tomorrow at 125 pounds. We need to have a challenge that is realistic for the next 30 minutes. And most important, if you can participate and have fun, I call that a win. So here's why I asked for your help. I have been a certified life and executive coach for almost a decade. I'm a reflexology therapist. I teach foot, hand, ear, and I actually developed emotional reflexology. I teach in Canada. In 2012, I beat anxiety disorders and panic attacks. I've written 2 books, and my third is going to be published in September. I'm super excited about that. It's going to be called Your Mindset Matters. I've worked in corporate for over 25 years. I've experiencing with copywriting, digital marketing, high ticket sales, raised 2 beautiful girls as a single parent. But recently, I was doing my own coaching with my own coach, and I realized that my actual greatest passion is using all the training experience and wisdom that I've gained to help people reach their desired goals faster using the power of perspective. Now, there's a lot of people that claim to help others, but I prefer to let my results speak for themselves. So today, my goal is to help you gain clarity, feel lighter, and earn your review so that others can have honest feedback on how I help people. So right now we are going to figure out what your biggest challenge is. So we're going to take 2 minutes, and I want you to just sit and think about what your biggest challenge is in life right now. If you could fix one thing, what is it that you would fix? And I want you to think about it. And this problem in your life right now, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being minor, 10 being absolutely major. How much is this challenge impacting your daily life? How long have you been dealing with this challenge? How long do you think it's going to solve this problem? And most importantly, what is it costing you? So when you think about that challenge, usually when we think about a challenge, there's fear, anxiety, worry, nervousness, a whole bunch of these feelings that make us feel like we're caught. It makes us feel like we're stuck. And when we're in that state, it's really hard to move forward. And so if you had that problem solved today, what is it that you'd be able to do? What would you gain if this problem was solved today? That is the quickest way to think of it, and so that you can figure out what it is actually costing you. All right. So if you have that, now what I want you to do is we're going to do this exercise. And this exercise is actually called your world. So I just have to back up here. While I'm at it, I'll just fix this world. Oh, how about I'll spell it right though? Okay. And okay. So this exercise is called Your World. Now I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. And we're just going to settle in and relax here for just a moment. Now, in that space, totally safe, completely relaxed, just listening to my voice in this minute. If for just this moment, you could sit on a star and look back at the world. You're looking at the world with unlimited choices. There are no rules in this moment. There's no attachments in this moment. There's no responsibilities in this moment. Right now, you're just sitting on a star, looking at the world, and it looks like a globe. And it's spinning. You're watching the world spin as you're sitting safely on a star with no responsibility, no attachments, no rules, no obligations, and no worry. Stress does not exist on this star. So now as you look at the world, we have some choices to make. The first choice, looking at this great, big, huge, beautiful ball we call Earth, the first decision that you're going to make is where are you going to go first on your trip to Earth? Where are you wanting to land when you go to Earth? Who do you want to meet? Who in this beautiful globe do you want to meet? Who do you want to be friends with? What do you want to do? What do you want to spend 8 hours a day doing for work? What do you want to spend 8 hours a day doing for fun? And where on this globe are you going to get the best rest for 8 hours at night? What will your days look like? Where do you have to be to feel this weightless when you get to Earth? Now we're going to get our first rule when we go to Earth. The first rule is you can have whatever you want, but you don't get it for free. Your contribution is going to be rewarded in equal measure to how you feel right now. So to have this feeling right now on Earth, what do you have to contribute? What do you have to serve? What do you have to do in order to feel this feeling on Earth? Whose life do you have to make easier? It's the equal exchange. This feeling right now that you're feeling, this peaceful, weightless feeling where you can work, have fun, and play, you can have that in exchange for contributing to others to make them feel this way or to help them feel this way. And so that contribution that you're making in exchange for this feeling that you're feeling right now, how many lives are you going to impact? What are you actually responsible for? Keeping in mind, others are responsible as well. So you can't take anyone else's burdens. The only burdens you can handle are your own. The only responsibility you can handle are your own. So what are you responsible for? And when you go to Earth, what is it that you want to experience? What memories do you want to collect? What adventures do you want to take? What people do you want to meet? What places do you want to see? Now, in this moment, sitting on the star, looking at that globe, all things are possible. All things are possible. There are no limits. And the moment before you were born, this was your reality. Coming to Earth, we get tangled up in our tiny little lives, doing our repetitive tasks, getting accustomed to doing the things that we've always known, thinking that we're feeling safe, when in reality, we're detaching ourselves from the bliss that we feel in this moment. And so now I want you to build a bridge from where you are sitting on that star to where you are in this moment. And it is a bridge. So as you take that first step on that bridge to get from where you are to feeling the way that you feel on that star, what's the first thing you have to do? What do you have to finish? What do you have to let go of? What do you have to release? What do you have to attach to? What do you have to learn? And as you take that second step, what's in that space? One step closer. And as you take that third step, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, each step that you take increases your confidence, increases your awareness, increases your bliss, increases your fun, increases your excitement. It increases your purpose. Each step. And before you return to your star, what is it that you want to accomplish to feel like your trip to Earth has been fulfilling? Your trip to Earth is not a destination. Your trip to Earth is a journey meant to be taken breath by breath, step by step, moment by moment, and enjoyed completely. And all that I want you to take away from this exercise is, what is the thing that you need to do in the next step. Now, thinking about that now, does the trip you created align with your world? What aligns with your world today? What needs to change? Most people have disconnected from their soul's desire. Now that you have a glimpse of what yours is, what can you do to get back on track? So we're going to do a checkup right now, and I'm going to ask you, in this moment, what is your biggest challenge? Is it the same as it was before? Or is it completely different? Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your challenge now? 1 being minor, 10 being major. What's your next step to start solving it? What do you need to change? Who do you need to help you? And most importantly, what date will you have it solved by? So I'm going to check in with you now. At the beginning, when you had that challenge, scale of 1 to 10, where were you at the beginning? And scale of 1 to 10, where are you at now? Is the challenge the same? Or is it actually completely different? And did you have an aha moment? Did you feel like you had a shift? Or are you exactly the same on your scale? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to ask you, Norma, what is it? Was your challenge the same with that exercise, or was it different?
It was different. I felt lighter and freer. My challenge was to be able to speak freely and allow the flow of speech to come through me was my challenge.
Okay.
And it was
After, or sorry, was it before or after? Was that was before?
Before.
Okay.
And when it went through the process, it didn't feel as though it was, it felt it was easier and freer to do so.
Yeah.
And I felt lighter.
Good.
Yeah, I felt I was able to speak. And as I was walking on the bridge, it's like a knight's armor, a metal armor. It was being removed from me.
Right.
And flying off.
And so it's just a matter of being open, and so that you can connect.
Mm-hmm.
Release the guard.
Yes.
Right. You're
The
safe
armor.
to release the guard.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when you release that guard, what is it that you can do?
You can speak.
Hey, doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so on a scale of 1 to 10, where would it be? Where was it at the beginning?
At the beginning, it's like 8. 8 was the worst, right? 10 was the worst.
10
Yeah.
was the worst, yeah.
Well, to me, it was an 8, but it went down to about a 3.
And where is it right now?
A 2.
Okay. And so, good. That's really good. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check in, and I'm going to see what it is that is holding on to that fear, the fear of speech. And so the first thing that comes to mind is a fear of judgment. On a scale of 1 to 10, how high would you rate your fear of judgment?
10.
Okay. Are you ready to let it go?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the fear of judgment. And I'm going to replace it with ability to use your voice, because when you can use your voice, you serve others, right?
Mhm.
You serve others. Oh, we got somebody else joining in, but that's okay. I'll let her come in and then we'll figure it out. Good. And so now when you think about that fear of judgment, where are you at?
Down to 0.
0.
Mhm.
No problems.
Mhm.
That's amazing. I like it.
Mhm. I do too.
And so the next step, what are you going to do? What's the next step that you're going to take? And so that you can feel comfortable speaking and just be lighter.
I'm going to speak my voice without hesitancy. Um, I feel like I'm more to the core of the earth, but lighter.
Good. And
Right.
so when you could go anywhere on earth, where did you choose to go?
I went to Arizona, but it was really kind of strange. I went to Arizona because it just loved us there, but the green, green grass of Hawaii.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. Arizona's beautiful.
Yeah, you love it.
Yeah, I do.
Good, good. And
Mhm.
so I encourage you to make a plan, just take out a notepad and just journal and figure out what it is that you want to do going forward.
Okay.
And then as you do that, just celebrate every step rather than being critical or judge. I think that is the most important thing for you.
Yes.
Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, it was great to see you again. I think we've got, there's somebody else joining here, but she can't quite get through. So we'll just leave that be. But if you are okay, if you can send me your testimonial tomorrow, that would be lovely.
I will.
Awesome.
It'll be
And
late tomorrow night, but I will.
yeah, that's good. And we will see you soon. Thanks so much for participating. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.